Hi, everybody, and welcome to Talk to Rose. How's everybody doing tonight? I have a special guest. I'll let him introduce himself.
My name is Stacy. Some of y'all may know me as Bozeman. Yeah, I've known Rashonda since middle school. Went to Palomars, and we pretty much grew up together. And I'm just happy to be here.
Yes, been knowing Stacy since we was in junior high. Palomars. What was we? Palomars Panthers. What? I can't remember what we was.
Panthers. How we forget that? I'm out here thinking about it right now. Like, what?
No, like what was we?
Was it Black
Palomars
Panthers? I know
Panthers.
the Panthers being black too, but I don't think it was Black Panthers.
Yeah, Black Panthers. Okay, so that is right. Okay, everybody that's on tonight, this is episode 7, and I need everybody on here right now to subscribe and like this. So just right now, while you're watching, just press that little like button. And I didn't really have that many hot topics this weekend. Hi, Precious. Hi, everybody. Hi, Naya. Hi, Alondra. Hi, Joanne. Um, I didn't really have that many hot topics. The only thing that happened over this weekend, like this week, was Hurricane Hillary that had us all scrambling around like it was really gonna be something, and it really wasn't. Like
It was nothing.
that was
It
just
was
like a
nothing.
rainy day, like a rainy day. We canceled plans and everything. Y'all bought up all that water out here for nothing. It was
I
only
saw
for one.
somebody post something, and it was like one chair knocked over and talking about we gonna rebuild. It was
Like y'all
nothing.
did all that for nothing. Like,
Yeah.
they said it was only gonna be for one day, literally for one day, and y'all bought up all that water. Like, come on now.
Even the stores was crazy.
Yeah, it was. And then I went to the store that Sunday, and it was empty in there. Like the food and stuff was gone. I'm like, I could have seen if they said we was gonna have a hurricane for like a week or so, but for one day, y'all bought up all that stuff. But then we did have an earthquake, so
Yeah. But you
I
know what?
was
I
really,
felt an earthquake earlier that day. It was probably like 2 in the morning. Nobody talking about that. But yeah,
yeah,
it was
it
it
was an
was that was a
earthquake.
crazy day.
Yeah, I just got the alert on my phone. I didn't feel the earthquake though.
Oh.
So I don't know what's going on. But I'm trying to see why it's not hold on really fast. Can you guys see both of us? Because I don't see it on my thing that we live. Can all you guys see us on the screen?
It's showing that we live right now on my part.
It's showing that we live.
Hmm.
Oh, okay, I was just making sure. Okay, now I see that we was. Sorry, you know what? This internet been being real janky lately, so I didn't know what was going on. Okay, my hot topic, like I said, I don't really have that many, but I do have a high school student that made history as the first in Miami-Dade County to jump from ninth grade to 12th grade in one year. So that was a black girl. So I'm really excited for that. Like that's really, really good. I haven't heard nobody talk about that. So I wanted to say big ups to her because that's a big accomplishment to go from ninth to the 12th grade in one year. So that's something to be proud of. And also, see, I must mess her name up again, Stacey. What was it? Shakari Richardson?
Corey Richardson.
Yeah, she always
Because
it was
everybody
like
was calling her Shakari. And
yeah,
when she had that press
Shakari.
conference, she was like, "This Shakari."
Yeah,
So yeah,
Shakari. She is the fastest woman in the USA. So big ups to her. She really had a comeback story because just think when she came out, what was that like 2021? How everybody doubted her after that first try. Like now she showed everybody wrong. She proved everybody wrong to me. So
and the
I'm
media
proud.
was hating on her. They
Huh?
was hating on her. The media was hating on her.
They really was hating on her. It's like, come on,
Yeah,
when she came out, and I just feel like with that weed thing, y'all didn't let her run for that, but y'all be having people that's doing steroids and all kind of stuff. If anything, weed will slow you down. So the fact that she was
yeah,
still fast, like, come on now. So I'm happy about that because the USA haven't won that 100 meter in a long time because the Jamaicans always win. So I'm excited for that. Hi, Chris. Hi, Joanne. Okay, so now we're going to get into the main topic for today. And the topic is we decided on forever is marriage. So a lot of people have bad things to say about marriage. I was supposed to have a couple of more people on, but they couldn't make it tonight. So it'll just be me and Stacy. So Stacy, you could tell everybody if you want to. I don't know if you're afraid to say your age,
right. Well,
how old you are, and then where did you and your wife meet?
yeah, I have no shame in my age. I'm 43 years old. Um, just starting off, I want to let you know I'm no marriage guru. All I can do is just go by my experience and the things that I've gone through throughout the years. And I'm willing to talk about some of the good things, some of the bad things. So we'll get into that. But as far as me and my wife, we met. I'm 43, so I was 27 at the time. MySpace. That's when MySpace was
Oh,
popping up. So I hit her up, and our first time going out was to In and Out. Went to In and Out, and after that, went to the park, and it just went on from there. But but as far as uh, the marriage, we didn't get married until I was 30, 31. No, take that back. I was 32 because 33 because I was we were celebrating our 10-year marriage this past August.
oh,
So
that's good. So 10 years. That's
yeah,
good. So
but
you said y'all met on MySpace.
hmm
Uh y'all been married for 10 years. What was your first impression of your wife?
you know when we began, it was honestly I didn't know where we were gonna go with it. It was something new, and we were learning and we were getting to know each other. Um, as the years went on, even before we got married, because we had a son before we got married. It took a lot to actually really uh, get to know each other, and we had a lot of growing pains going in before we got married. So I think what a lot of people see on maybe like social media, we post a lot of stuff like you, we are at that stage where we are happy, but we also had our growing pains, and some of those growing pains that a lot of people don't understand that is something that you're gonna have to go through when you get married. You know, it's before you get married. I would I would say you go through it, but we're here and we've been gone this long. I mean, we've been married like 10 years, but we've been together for a lot longer than that.
That's good. So what did you do you oh well you did say y'all went to In and Out for y'all first date, right?
Yes.
Okay, so what made you choose In and Out and not anywhere fancy and all that?
Well, she liked In and Out. I like In and Out, and that's where we decided to meet. Just grab a burger and just meet up for the first time. And but you know what? Before that, we didn't like to be known as that couple that met on social media.
Mm-hmm.
And we like personally myself, I didn't like that. So when we started seeing each other, I was like, I don't, we met at a gas station, or I hit you, I didn't like that whole title, but I became to, I was okay embracing that later in the years. But yeah, we've been on through MySpace, and from there it just went on. I mean, I recommend because we in that new age, but even meeting somebody online is not a bad thing, you know. So
No, I don't think so. And like you said, 10 years ago, plus a lot of people met online. So,
10 years ago, social media was a whole different thing.
hmm
Now, it's the norm. So just to meet somebody on social media was kind of like, you don't want to do that because you never know about this person. Yada yada yada. That was back when MySpace was popping off.
right.
But now it's the norm. So I don't see nothing wrong with it.
No, I don't see nothing wrong with it either. What now is your main method of communication? Well, what was your main method of communication then? Like, how did you guys communicate with each other to where you knew you wanted to be a couple and then into marriage? What kind of communication did you have?
Um, we always talk. I, she knows I'm not really a texter. I'll text if I'm busy or something like that. But I think a lot of it is just us talking. We talk like even when we're busy, we'll still answer the phone. Just make sure everything's okay. You know, and things like that. But as far as communication, that's what it is. And
Okay, so when did you really know that you guys wanted to get married? How long was it into your dating that you know you wanted to get married to your wife?
it's a good question. I think after you realize that you would rather see yourself with the person than see yourself with somebody else. Like
Hmm
you don't think about like the other person more than this person. Like this is a person that I've grown with, and I think you got to kind of go through, ups and downs to really understand what you want in a relationship. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people, they on that like, oh yeah, first time I met this person, oh yeah, I already knew, which is cool. But do you even know this person? You never really, I think it takes a little time to really spend some time with people to understand what you really want, because
So
it's not more than just you.
how
It's
long were you guys how long were you guys dating before you proposed to her?
um we I would say, well, as far as dating, do you mean like we consider ourselves boyfriend girlfriend, or just like
No, how long
because
were you dating or boyfriend and girlfriend before you proposed to her?
as far as boyfriend girlfriend, I would say probably 2 3 years.
And
Uh,
then how long did it
and
take for
as
you to
far as the
propose?
proposal, let me tell you about the proposal. It was never a really formal proposal with us. All right. So let me tell you a story. I went and bought her a wedding ring for her. We were living together. Okay, and she was pregnant with our son, her first son, Casey, and we were gonna have a baby shower, and I was gonna propose to her during that baby shower. I had my mom, everybody was ready to go, and at least my mom knew about it. And let me tell you, the night before, the true story. I We were living together. I had to hide the wedding ring. Where was I gonna put it? We living together, so I left it in my car. That same night, somebody came in, broke into the car, and stole the ring I was gonna propose to her.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, true story. And I was hurt because I didn't have nothing, hardly nothing after that. And I already knew like that if somebody steal it, it's gone. There's no way. All I can do is put a police report. And so that when the baby shower came around, yeah, my mom was sitting in front row, looking just like this. She was ready. She was like, she already knew I was gonna propose, and it didn't happen. Just because of that fact. And I told my mom later, she was like, "Really, that happened?" I was like, "Yeah." But later on, through the years, she thought I had cold feet, and I just didn't do it. But she learned that it was true, that it really happened. But that's how the whole situation, as far as my wife and getting married, began, or at least being proposed to.
Right. So you was able to get her a ring later on.
Yes.
That is crazy. That would seem like something out of a movie or something.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
my questions is all over the place. I can say, what practical things should couples be prepared for in marriage? Like just being practical, what should they be prepared for?
Uh, I think as far as just getting to know the person that you with, because we all like our things our way. We don't want people to touch certain things. We don't want to. We like our food cooked a certain way. We want our
Mhm.
we whereas you want your food cooked on a paper plate, or if you want it cooked on a plate, or whether your family eats all together or you just usually go secluded. You know what I'm saying? Just different things you got to get used to. Uh, as far as like just being in a practical relationship, I think that's the biggest thing. But a lot of it is just sacrifice.
Mhm.
A lot of people think that when you get in a relationship, everything is 50-50, but it's not. You know, when you get in a relationship, some things are going to be 75-25. You
Right.
know,
Mhm.
it's not ever going to be. And it has nothing to do with I'm not talking about finances. I'm not talking about, I'm talking about in general. That could be cleaning. That could be cooking. That could be, things like that. So I think in the long run, I was thinking about that even line. But yeah,
Okay. What about since you're talking about finances, how do you think couples should handle finances? Do you think that that's something that couples should talk about before they get married? Because a lot of couples don't know the financial situation of the spouse that they're going to marry beforehand. And then when they get married, it's just, oh, I didn't know that you was in debt like this, or I didn't know that you owe money for child support like this, and now I inherited this. Do you think that did you guys talk about finances before you got married?
no, No, you didn't.
Really?
Because no, we were at a different age. Like I think it's different now. If I'm dating in my 40s, then yes, that would be a conversation that would be more brought up. But I was in my 20s,
Oh yeah,
so
that is true.
yeah,
It,
so
it,
but that's a
yeah,
little bit different with that. But in my opinion, yes, I think that should be a conversation now. If you are dating in your 40s, whatever, after 30s, even, because
that is something
a
you
lot
can
of
talk
people
about.
don't have me. My thing is budgeting. I'm big
Mhm.
on budgeting. You know, budgeting is saving as well. So it's not so much spending. It's also uh, making sure you have enough in reserves. So I think it's good to have somebody that's opposite to you. Like if you are good at saving, it's good to have that person that's like, I like to put a little this. We like to do this. We like to go over here, or do this and that. Me and my wife, I'm a saver. She's more like, let's go and do this and that. I'm like, hey, this, So I think it's good to have that good balance. But
What sign
everybody's
is your
different.
What sign is your wife, Stacey? Because we both Aquarius. So what is your
Uh,
wife?
she a Virgo.
For real?
Yeah, she
That
a
is
Virgo.
shocked. But
Yep.
you know what? We get along good with Virgos. I guess Virgos for a woman dating a Virgo man is different than a Aquarius man dating a Virgo woman. That's
Yeah, you better
crazy.
than me with science.
I know you know me and my
I just
sign.
know that I was listening to the radio. That was like if you got locked on an island, you got stuck on an island with somebody. What's the best sign to be stuck on an island with? And I was like, I already knew. I was like, they got the number one answer gonna be Aquarius. They went through all the signs. Like number one answer is Aquarius. I was like, well, we the ones.
Because everybody loves us. Everybody
Yeah,
loves
we have
Aquarius.
no beef
Like,
with nobody. No beef. We create no beef with nobody. We good with that. We just want to be on our own lane.
right. Like, can't nobody do it better than us.
Right.
Um, See, how many people in the audience that's married or in a relationship? Do you guys talk about finances with your partners in the audience? Um, Let me know if you guys talk about that. Do you guys talk about finances, or do y'all just be like, whatever is my money, whatever your money is your money? Um, that's all I wrote. Yes, we are. I mean, I'm telling y'all, Aquarius, y'all, you can't do no better. I'm telling y'all right now. Um,
And I think you gotta have that talk with finances.
I
Because
do, but like you said, you were young, so y'all didn't talk about it. But if you were the older Stacy, y'all would have. Um,
oh
my
yeah,
my pastor, literally, if you get married through him, he makes you go through marriage counseling. You have to bring in your bank statements, your W-2 forms, everything. Like ain't nothing left in the dark. So then once you see all this stuff, you gonna know if you really want to marry this person or not. So I think that that's a good thing he does. Like he makes you bring everything. Like he
well,
literally makes you bring everything.
they say like the top two reasons for divorce is like
Finances
the,
and
the
communication.
finances and mm-hmm, yep,
And communication. Yeah, those are the
communication.
top two things. Let's see what some of the people are saying. So John said, my money is mine and his is mine too. Girl, y'all ain't gonna be married that long. Well,
Where's
you
she
might
from?
be,
Is she
but
from the P?
if you find the right one, you better find you a sugar daddy or something that's gonna let you have all his money. So John, like that's the only way you doing that. Carla said, when we dated, no, but now yes, we discussed it all the time. So Carla, you got married to your pastor. Your pastor did make y'all talk about all that before y'all got married. I'm surprised your pastor didn't do that. Let me know, Carla. Alondra said, I did it when I was married, but I was 19 and we both had zero money. Well, I mean, that's different. That's
Yeah.
different, Alondra. Let me see this one. This is always you have to know if they are too busy making money to spend it or too busy spending it. Yep, that's true. But have you always been like that, cousin? Latanya, have you always been like that, or did you wait until you got older? We laid everything out. So Asia, y'all laid everything out. Was that before you guys got married? Like how long before? How long was it until you laid everything out? Um, like I said,
You
I,
know
I
what?
do I do think
When
that
you
it was.
young, you think you have more. You have your goals are set. Like, okay,
Mm-hmm.
I want to, like for you, I want to be a nurse. You know, and for other people may looking for to aspiration and real estate. It's just it's more goal driven. As far as when you get older, it's more like you're supposed to be more established. You know.
Yeah, I would say that because just think when we was young and I was already a nurse, I wasn't able to come to all the stuff like when y'all would have y'all parties and stuff. But on my days off, I was there. I still had kind
Mm-hmm.
of my priorities together.
Mm-hmm.
Virgo, she is the bomb. That's her. So she said she's the bomb. Okay, so y'all do good on finances. I'll get to you guys now because you guys are doing really, really good. Like I feel like you guys are somebody that like younger couples and all that could look up to because you accomplish so much stuff. But I'll
I
let you
appreciate
talk
that.
about it. Look, I'm like, I'll let you talk about it. I wish she could come on. Tell her to come on so she could talk.
Oh, she, she. Okay. First of all, my wife, as far as finances and things like this, my wife is. Y'all know my wife. I appreciate Trina. I mean, Trina. Y'all know Trina, Face Appeal Beauty. She been doing it for a long time. I've seen my wife go from what's that cosmetology school to working in the closet in the back of the salon to getting a little studio space, which failed.
Mm-hmm.
But I'll tell you. Let me tell you about. We can go to finances. This studio space, she had so much belief that she can do something that if we had rented a studio space that was pretty much almost more than our rent.
Really?
Yes, and but we did that, and it failed. But
Oh.
that was a learning experience for both of us. And sometimes you have to go through that in order to get better and improve the next step around. So from there, she went from working back in salon into, and they made it was actually a literal closet that they cleared out for, uh, and she put her chair in there and went to work. And hasn't turned back since.
Yeah,
So
she
she's
doing
been,
real. She's mom. I
yeah,
met her. She did my eyebrows, my ombre brows, and that's how I met Stacy's wife. She was really a sweetheart when I first met her. So let me read some of the comments. Asia said before we got engaged, Marcus is 4 years younger too. So they talked about finances before they got engaged. Latanya said not when I was young, but definitely did it before I got married. So basically everybody's saying when they was younger, they didn't care about the finances. It was just a love, I guess.
it
Um,
was.
I
I
love
mean, it
Trina.
is. But I think when you hit your 30s, it's a whole different thing.
Yeah, it is,
You
but a lot
start
of people,
thinking,
that's what I'm saying. It seemed like in the 20s, didn't nobody care. Carla, no,
ah,
we went outside for counseling. We got you, wait, what'd she say? We got you knocked very fast. Okay, but I know he does discuss it with couples. Oh, okay, so y'all went outside. That's what I was about to say, Carla. I'm surprised your pastor didn't talk about that. But yeah, I'll let you. I'll get to that part right there. Okay, what role do you think? What role should your friends, extended family, and community have in your marriage? You know how some people let outside people comment on their marriage or have something to say. What role do you think that they should have in that, or do you think they shouldn't have one at all?
That shouldn't matter. Like that shouldn't your like. There's always gonna be have people that say something, and
But do are y'all the type that listen to outside people?
you know we will listen to people who we really care about, but within that, or out that circle, uh, we care less. You know, uh, we have family that we listen to, and I will say that we respect their uh, opinions, whatever they may bring to us. But outside that circle, no. It's about what, like, especially as me, and I consider myself right as the head of the household, and we could go into a whole different subject with that.
I
But
was just about to go into that right there, but
yeah,
I'll let you
yeah,
finish.
but when it comes to as far as and household, it's a whole foundation. Like the outside doesn't matter. You know, you have to secure that foundation, and so I don't worry about stuff like
Okay, so when you go away, before I do that, everybody
that.
that's liking, I mean, everybody that's watching, make sure you guys go like the button. All y'all that's watching, please hit the like button, please, please, please. Okay, so we're going to get back into the head of household. What do you consider the head of household? Is it just because you're the husband, you're the head of household? What is your definition of the head of the household?
Well, I can only go by what I am going through in my marriage. Okay, I can't
Hmm.
tell anybody else what or anything else, but I just let y'all know about what we go through here. All right, as far as the head of the household, I think there should be maybe I'm not trying to you know taking. I'm trying to be politically correct.
You
I
don't have to
think
be
there
politically
needs to be
correct.
somebody who keeps a foundation with them in the house, and and if something happens, it's that person should be okay with handling anything that from. For me, my thing is safety. I'm a very safe, secure person. If anything happens to my kids, wife, or anything, then I feel like I failed. So it's different things within a family that you need to that as far as a head household you should
Well,
maintain.
do you think a head of household can be a woman, or say if you still married, do you think a head of household can be a woman and not the husband?
That's a good question. You know, biblically, if you want to go biblically, religiously, a lot of religions will look at the man as the should be the head of the household. He should be able to hold it down. If anything happens, the bills or you know, like they should be available to provide, and that's the not the new age. I would say it's a
Yeah, because a
life
lot
has
of
changed
times
over
now the
time.
wife can provide more than the husband. So that's what I'm saying. Do you think like a wife could be the head of our household, or are we going by the Bible where it's still the husband is the head of the household?
No, I think it's a team,
A
and I
team.
think yeah, no, it's definitely a team because yours you should be able to rely on somebody. Uh, on that may be your weakness, and should be able to pick you up and make you stronger, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and it should be vice versa. So that's when it comes to marriage. Marriage is something where you should also be able to, if this person ain't lifting you and making you stronger in a certain weakness that you have, then that person maybe not fit for you. That's just me.
No,
I
that's
think
but
it's
no, that's why I'm asking for your input. Let me read some of the comments. Yeah, we the bomb. She said, "I never take advice from someone that stays single in toxic relationships. No, I wouldn't either, biblically or world point of view." Well, that's why I was asking them, Carla, like biblically or world point of view. A lot of people have different views on head of household nowadays, so that's why I wanted to ask that. Head of household is whoever carries the majority of the burden. Oh, okay, so that's another way to look at it. So some people might feel like, okay, I never heard of it that way, but okay.
yeah. I can
Um,
see that. I can see why somebody would say that.
yeah, I can see that too. I never even heard it worded like that, but I can believe that all the way. A woman shouldn't be the head; she is the helpmate. But okay, yeah, that's what I'm saying. A woman is supposed to be the helpmate, but what, like, if she, like the other person said, Latanya, what if they are the ones that's holding all the burden and paying all the
Okay.
bills?
So I got something to say about that. Okay.
Hmm.
So the woman, I agree to a certain extent. The women should be the helpmate. But what happens when something happens? Okay, something medically happens with the guy. With the guy, is that considered a helpmate? Like what? And he's to the point where he's not capable of doing the job that he's able to do to provide.
Hmm.
Now, I think a lot of relationships and really don't happen because you have people that's not willing to work things out. And I'm not just saying through that whole scenario, just through the whole um, uh, to death do its part, sickness do health. You know, it's that's when it comes big. That's the biggest challenge. So if you're able to actually go through that and experience through the hardships and go through the things that you didn't think worked for you, that's when it becomes more of a challenge than anything, and within the relationship, you know. So I mean, I can see where she's coming with that,
Hmm.
but I
Yeah, I
I
can
just think
understand. I
that
can see where she's going from
if,
with that too. They said she shouldn't be doing all of that unless tragedy happens. Yeah, but we know nowadays in time that's different. If the woman is the head, then they got another child. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just different nowadays. Let me see.
see, I don't know nothing about that. I can't
Right.
comment on
If he,
that.
if he works, I work. We're even, and no helpmate. In the household is us. Okay, yeah. Carla said it's a man that covers his wife's spiritual, financially safety, and just well being overall. Also have vision and listening to what God tells him. Okay,
Okay,
Carla. So that's the
I, I
definition of.
I get that.
Mhm.
I get that. But you know what? Okay, one thing I was working with, I call her my sister to this day. I still talk to her. From time to time, she's sent to. But anyways, I was a coworker I worked with, and she had a list, like an actual list. She wrote down of what she wanted out of a man. She's not going to date this type of man, and this is she has to have this, have to have this, have to have this. And I was like, you know what? You gotta throw that list away. No, I actually told that, and that's the thing because there's too many expectations that a lot of people look for when it comes to relationship when they because ain't nobody perfect,
No.
and actually ended up throwing a list away. She got married. To this day, I think she's still married. But especially when like you start getting older, there's expectations that you look for when you get married, and not everybody's going to have that. A lot of people are set in their ways, and how are you going to deal with that?
I think the older you get, the more people will set in their ways. But I think if somebody
definitely
really wants to be with somebody, that they'll change for somebody they really want to be with. But I do feel like when you get a certain age, that people are stuck in their ways and they just like whatever. Okay, hold on, everybody that's watching, please go press the like button, like. Alondra said people think head of household is just means finances. I think they are partners. So a lot of people said that no role, not unless they paying the bills. So everybody has different things about that. What do you do when you're going through a period where you don't feel loved? Have you guys went through that yet?
Yeah.
And so what did you do in that period of time?
I don't know. You know, when we going through it, which is a long time ago, and even nowadays when we feel like, oh, I ain't seen in a while, or we ain't talked about this, so, it happens, But if we go through that extent, it's just one of the things where you just have to talk. I mean, like you said, like the number of two thing is communication.
It's finances and communication.
Yeah, but you know what? A lot of things with finances could be handled through communication. So I think number one thing is communication.
Yeah, that's true. What do you?
But but a lot of people don't know how to communicate.
They don't know how to communicate no more. They texting you and not even having a real conversation.
They don't know how to articulate how they feel about you, or feel about what they going through. They can't, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of us older guys are we were taught to be, tough, strong. We not express our feelings, so we bottle a lot
of stuff. Or do you feel like you're able to express your feelings to your wife if you feel in a certain way?
Well,
like when you say you haven't felt loved, were you able to communicate that with Trina?
Yeah.
Okay,
definitely.
Good.
Before, no.
Before,
I was one
really?
No, because I was one of them guys. I was one of the guys that just like, I keep stuff bottled in because I didn't know what communication. We didn't grow up knowing how to express ourselves, and that's just a generational thing, So as time went on, and I started to realize that with by myself, then that came a little bit easier. But a lot of guys, that's what it is.
Let me read some of the.
She knows me now. Like if she knows,
right?
We've been together long enough. She knows what's bothering me. She ain't even gotta ask. But yeah, that's why I think with a lot of guys just stick to how they able to communicate, and that's how they was raised. A lot of guys were raised with no fathers in the household.
Yeah, that's a whole nother subject. But when they not raised with that and seeing how it is to communicate with a woman, they don't know. Let me see what she said. Leslie Killier, the way marriage is intended is getting lost, and that's the problem. It's not always money, it's overall management and leadership of a family. The covering is the man, how things are getting. Yeah, that's true. Married under God, then every guiding principle isn't according to the word, then we blame him for the outcome. Yep. Communication is the key. Stacy said it. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I'll say, okay, so what can you think of a time, what is the most challenging time in your relationship and how did y'all get over that? Can you think of
I can't go into the most challenging time.
Oh,
But no, I can't go into that because that's some of the thing that. But I could go over some of the challenging times.
okay.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I think for me, I can't really speak. Well, I feel like I can speak for her with certain things. But for me, I think the most challenging time was probably just because my wife had married
Oh,
before
okay.
she met me. Yeah. So I I didn't know her past
Hmm.
before, you know. Yeah, I think that was probably like the most challenging. And she was in like theater stuff, like Lion King play, and she brought stuff like that. So, and then she married, but at the same time, I didn't know who she was because she was married before, and so it was just more so for me getting to know her, and then through the years, it became easier. So it took a little time, but that was pretty much it.
So just her past was knowing her past. Um, Now that you guys have been married for 10 years, how do you guys know each other now more? How do you deal with conflict? Like, do you guys talk it out, or you just try to, like most men, just don't want to talk about it and then just let it go? Like, how do you guys deal with conflict now?
Conflict, I get quiet.
Yeah, we do.
I get quiet. Like I won't say nothing. She know I'm upset, but
Hmm.
um, we we the type. Well, I would say for me, I'm the type I need to register everything that's going on, let it digest, and then after that we gonna chop it up. You know, I'm not gonna if it's a lot of pressure, I'm not gonna go through the whole motions at that time. You know.
No, that's it. I say that all the time. I'll be like, when I'm mad, so that's just probably an Aquarius thing. When we mad, we just get quiet and be like, give
Hmm.
us some time to process
To
the thing.
process everything.
Yeah,
Yep.
let us process it. And then after that, don't just keep hounding us
Yep.
because then we gonna blow up. Just give us time to process
Yeah.
it and then we'll get into it.
Because
So
it could get ugly.
yeah, it really
You
can.
know, you want to like, you want to logically think things through,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can decide what you want to do when you calm down. But
Right.
that's just me. And
Sharon
she
said you
knows that
still
about
look
myself.
Sharon said you still look the same, Stacy.
Uh, I'll take it. I'll run with it too.
She said, yes, sometimes you do have to give it a couple of days, otherwise you end up hurting each other. Feelings are making the situation worse. Yeah, because you will say stuff out of anger and everything, and then be like, well, I told you to leave me alone. If you would have just left me alone for a couple of days, like I said, then I wouldn't have said those horrible things. But
Hmm.
it's your fault because you didn't listen. Okay, so I'll say, what goals have you and your wife Trina achieved as married? You being married, what goals have you guys achieved?
Um, I think we achieved a lot. Uh,
What's your latest goal that you guys achieved?
I think because we've seen, uh, we went from living to studio apartment to having a house, but that's not even like a uh,
Well, I'll say one that I think is an
fin-
accomplishment for you guys. Your new property that you have in Houston.
yeah.
That's an accomplishment. How long ago
is
did y'all buy y'all other house? Like a couple of years ago?
we bought the house that we're in right now 2 years ago,
Yeah, like a few
and
years ago, and now you just bought another property
two
in
thousand
Houston.
2001 was the process. Yeah,
Hmm.
so we got it in 2001, and
Yeah, that's so. Yeah,
then the goal.
that's a big accomplishment. Y'all bought a house 2 years ago, and then you bought another house in
Yeah,
Houston a couple of
I
months
think
ago.
we always liked Houston. We always
Yeah,
want
but that's
to.
a big accomplishment. Your wife,
Yeah,
she has her. Isn't she? Did she move her business now to Long Beach, or is it? She has
she
two of them.
yeah. So she's out in Long Beach now, and also she'll be in the Eastville area beginning in January.
So she'll have two locations.
Two locations. Yes.
Yeah, so that's what I'm saying. That like that's super bomb. Like that's
Hmm.
a power couple. Right.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that just coming and just seeing how things transpired through the years, I'm really proud at our growth. I'm really proud at her growth,
Mm-hmm.
and I think that I mean I have awesome kids. So I mean I can't really uh,
I think that
say
that's
anything
bomb
bad
though. You
about
don't
what's
see
going
a
on.
lot of people like that's what I'm saying. You don't see a lot of
Yeah.
RAs being able to buy two houses and all that, have multiple locations for studios and everything like that. So y'all doing real good.
I mean, yeah, I appreciate it, bro. But this is something that we've been talking about for a long time. Like this is something they say speak it to existence. This is something
Uh-huh.
that we've been. It wasn't something that just happened. It may happen within uh, 4 years, within 4 years. But this is something that's been transpired. We had a vision and it's worked out. So,
That's good
no, I'm
though.
very.
Y'all did that though. Okay, how have you guys been able to keep your romance alive and fun?
I'm not even gonna tell y'all what I just bought at the store the other day. But no, no. I mean, just my wife is the one that likes to date. I'm an introvert. I'm a I'm an introvert. She's the one who's able to get me out. So I mean, I think just being the opposites and able to match those two, I think
Hmm.
is just good. I mean, like one of the couples I really like I noticed online and they post. Uh, Shout out to Connie and Avantre because
Oh, Connie and
they
Von Trey. Uh-huh.
yes, and they I think a lot of things is within dating and going just doing things that you usually don't do. Um,
Yeah, I forgot
and
about. I
we
mean, yeah, that could have been a good people to have on here, Connie and Von Trey, because they
they'd
do
be
go.
good.
Yeah, they go on date
Hey,
nights and every week and everything. So it keeps their little spiciness alive. Yeah,
yeah.
that is true. So shout out to
So
Connie and Von Trey.
yeah, I just think it's like it's just little stuff. A lot of people think that when you married, it gotta be like flowers and all this other stuff consistently. It's not even about that. You know, it's about just able to enjoy yourselves and find what y'all like to do together. So I mean, but I noticed that with Montre and Connie. So we're gonna get a
So
double
what do
date
you
going one of
think?
these days.
Yeah, I should have thought about them. I don't know why. My mind be so blurred. Like, ugh. Um, if you could give, what would be your best advice to give to someone that wanted to get married or new couples right now? What would be your best advice?
New couples.
Yeah, or somebody looking to get married.
I would say in 2023, if you're looking to get married, I would say just know that. I mean, it just depends. If you've been dating somebody for 10 years and you know this person, but if you
Hmm.
date somebody you get married within 2 years, I would say just take your time with everything. With everything you do. Whether it comes to finances, communication, whether it comes to uh, just getting to know each other. Just take your time. You know, I mean, things ain't gonna happen overnight. But if somebody that really do care about you and want to be with you, genuinely care, and through time that you see that evolve into a whole different person. You know, so
What do
there's a
you
reason
what do
why
you guys
somebody.
think what do you guys in the comments think that should be the best advice for new couples or people wanting to get married? Do you guys have any comments on that? But I think that that's true too, Stacey. I think even though I've never been married or nothing, but I really want to. Let me see. Set realistic, respectable boundaries. Okay, Sharon, yeah, that's a good thing. That really is good because I think nowadays a lot of people see all this stuff on social media and they think that that's really life. They see these couples married and they just living a good life, but they're not really showing them, um, what the bad side is.
Well,
So,
we could go into a whole different subject. I could go into Kiki Palmer and her what they go through and stuff like that. Because I just think that you just have to. We don't know what's going on in other people's relationships,
no.
and you have to do what's works out best for your relationship, and everything is about communication, you know. So I
Hmm.
just think that if you not communicating right, and it it's all gonna fall. It's all gonna fall. And in conversation with about uh, how things should be handled within the household and stuff like that. In time, if you give enough time, it falls into place. You know,
Yeah, but I
so
do think that that's why a lot of marriages fail now is because people don't talk about none of that before they get married. Their expectations and what they don't talk about that before they get married. They just get married. And then when all that stuff starts coming up, they're not able to communicate and all that. And then they just throw it
that's
away.
true.
So that's
That's
why I'm saying
true.
we don't even see people married that long. Like 10 years is a blessing because nowadays people getting divorced after a year or two and they didn't had
I
an
be,
$80,000 wedding and now they getting
I be looking
divorced.
at people that been married like 20 some years. I'm like, dang,
Yeah,
ten
it's
years is
really
not,
a blessing
10 years
to be
is
married.
nothing to me.
Yeah,
You
but
know,
that's what I'm saying. But for our age bracket, 10 years is a blessing, like because
I
a
got
lot of
yeah.
people do not stay married that long. So that's what I'm saying. I think me not being married or never being married, I do think communication is the key. I feel like you should talk about finances and all that. What's your expectation? If you got other kids from different marriages or relationships, how are you going to parent that kid? Maybe your parenting skills are not the same as their parenting skills. You guys need to talk about that because it's not going to work if you don't communicate about it. You need to talk about all that stuff before you get married. It can't just be like you dangerously in love and want to get married and all that. Like you literally need to talk about all that because I feel like a lot of people don't really take to heart to death do us part anymore. They don't care. As soon as you get on my nerves, we get a divorce. That's what
Hey,
you say now. We getting a divorce because you get on my nerves today.
well, let me ask you a question.
Okay.
So, do you think? All right, because all right, we grew up together, and not too many people that we know are married, right?
Mm-mm.
Can you agree with that?
I agree.
So, do you think it's a generational thing, or do you think is something that we choose that we want?
No, I honestly think it's a generational thing because if you think about it, Stacey, well, you had your mom and dad when we was growing up.
Hmm.
A lot of us didn't have moms and dads. A lot of us didn't. So we didn't see that growing up to see, oh, this is what it is to be a father, or this is what it looks like to be a wife. We didn't see that. You were able and blessed to see, to have a mother and a father. So you were able to see what it was to be a husband and everything like that. A lot of us wasn't. So we don't know what it is to be married. We don't know that part. So I don't think it's that we don't want to do it, because a lot of us do want to get married, but our generation now is like people don't take things serious. And a lot of people feel like, why do I need to get married when I can have all these side pieces and all that? Why do I need to get married to Rashonda when I can have Christina, Joanna, and Mary? Like, that's the thing.
Okay, so let me. With that being said, uh, just knowing all the people that you know been married for a while, are these people? Do they have like people that I grew up with that were married together?
Do they have what?
Are the people that you know that have been married for a long time? Are their families together, like the mom and dad that they grew up with?
Ooh, I would say I think so. I would say for the most part, the people that are married are people that came from two-parent families. I would think so.
Okay, so with that being said, with both those questions I asked you, that kind of says a lot about this whole conversation that we having. I think.
But
Okay.
you know what? But I think it's the day and age that we're in, Stacey. Like, people still want to get married. I still want to get married. Like, I haven't given up on that. But it's just, I
Mm,
don't think a lot of people in our generation really want to anymore.
mm.
But
I
I
know
also
people
feel
want
like
to.
we didn't grow up. If you didn't grow up seeing that, why would you want that? But some people do.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it is breaking the mold,
Hmm.
and also going by some of the things that were said tonight. You know,
Yeah.
you gotta break that mold, and also go through the whole communication factor when
Go
it
through the
comes to stuff like
communication. And
that.
I feel like when
Yeah.
people are married, if you get in a conflict or anything, just try to work it out. If you feel like you can't do it, go to counseling. A lot of us, I'm saying our color, we won't go to counseling. I think that
All
we
right.
should go to counseling and try to figure out and see if it's something you could do to save your marriage. Just don't give up on your
Therapist.
marriage. Like,
Hey,
don't
you
give
need a
up.
therapist out there? I know a good therapist.
Well,
They're
tell
gonna,
you can
hey,
get the therapist out there right now, but maybe it's some
yep.
people out there that need a therapist.
If somebody needs a therapist, I know a good therapist. I know a
Let me
couple
see
of them.
some of the comments. Hold on, let me see. This thing keep on moving. Dang. Uh, especially parenting kids. Let me see. Hi, Aisha. Talk about everything that could go wrong. Movies don't lie. Talk about the worst things that could happen. I think I believe in that too. Everyone talks about the fairy tale, but never the what ifs as if they're not human. Exactly. I say that all the time too. Um, Mine wasn't so. I was raised to be independent, and I know that was a big issue in my marriage. I think that that's a lot too, because a lot of us are so used to being independent, us women in our age bracket. So when you do
Mm.
get a husband, you be like,
You don't have to
"Woo."
rely on.
Exactly,
Yeah.
like you don't have to rely on them. I was trying to
I
do
feel
it.
that.
It all
But
play
you know,
mommy and daddy. Yup, Sharon. So that's what I was talking about. So we
I
can
have
go
a daughter,
on and
right? So
on.
I'm trying to figure out how to raise my daughter in a world where she may be single and a strong woman. You know what I'm saying? As far as a husband, you know, is concerned when it comes to
Well,
her.
you can raise her to be a smart, independent woman, but then
Um,
your wife can still show her what it is to be a wife. So she knows how to be a wife to her husband. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That be a
Uh,
thing too. Like you have to be in a good marriage, not a toxic marriage. My mom had to deal with me down, apologized, and said, let him be a man. So that's what I'm saying. We could talk about this on and on, but I'm not going to keep you guys on. So thank you, Stacy, for coming on tonight, and tell Trini
Yup.
said hi. And then I do have the giveaway today, and for the $25 to the Cash App. So you have to send me your Cash App so I can send it to you. It'll be Joanne. Joanne, she won the $25 for the Cash App. And then Amara, I think that's Anna, because I couldn't find the real name. Then you'll win the t-shirt. So Joanne, you won the $25. So send me your Cash App information and I'll send that to you tonight. And then Amara, I think that's Anna. I just was trying to find it, but you won the t-shirt. So those are the two winners for tonight. So I still need you guys to subscribe and like everybody that's on here that didn't like it. I need y'all to do that. Alondra said, remember that marriage means you may need to wipe his or her behind one day. Do you love them like that? If not, don't marry them. Dang, Alondra, come on now. The preacher do not say that in the vows. They do not say that in the vows.
No, they say through sickness and health.
Oh yeah, I guess
That's
that is
part of
through
that.
sickness and health. Dang, but they gotta add that in there now, wiping behinds and all that. Like, come on
That's
now.
part of it.
Well, you better be treating
That's
me
part
right
of it.
the whole for the long time where I won't mind. Are you going in the nursing home? Ayla, not seeing it in not seeing it in the home is an excuse to me. We saw it in other places, just like seeing college, etc. Too many excuses for me. That is true, Asia. That's what I'm saying. I didn't see it in my home, but I still want to get married. But that's what a lot of people are saying. They wasn't raised and seeing that, so that's why they don't know what it is to be a wife or a husband. People want to, but not the word, and not being selfish. They want it all, but that's not real. Yep. I'm gonna tell you it feels good not to do it. Yep. Okay, so um thank you guys for tuning in tonight. This was a good discussion. And again, thank you, Stacy, for coming
Well,
on. You're welcome to come back anytime you want to talk. We can have an Aquarius talk or anything.
hey, let me know. I'm down.
And then give your wife's information so if people want to come to her business, they can come. Well, they're gonna have to go online, but still.
Yeah. So you can actually just go to Face Appeal Beauty for her on Instagram, and
And then if
online.
you get is your house already rented out in Houston?
Not yet.
Okay, so give us the information for that too.
Yeah. I mean, you just hit up Shannon Property in Houston, and they'll have all the information there for you.
Yeah, it's a brand new nice house. Anybody in the
It's brand
Houston
new.
area?
Nobody's lived in there yet. It's a new air conditioner, new tankless water heater. I mean, so everything in there is brand new. Landscaping's kept up. To have somebody come here. So yeah,
Yeah, nobody's
it's
ever
ready to
lived there,
go.
you guys. It's brand
Nope,
new. It's built
brand
from
new
the ground
neighborhood.
up.
They have food
Yeah, it's
truck
built from the ground up.
Wednesdays. They have food truck Wednesdays every day I come through the neighborhood. So it's a good neighborhood, and
Oh, okay.
exactly in Houston. It's not in the suburbs. It's by the airport, 5 minutes from the airport. So, but it's
Okay.
there.
So everybody, thank you guys. And I'll see you guys next Wednesday. And remember, the winners are Joanne. Make sure you inbox me on my IG so I can get your Cash App in tomorrow. I think that's Anna again for your shirt. So thank you guys so much and have a good night and have a blessed week. Um, and I'll see you guys next Wednesday. What is today? Wednesday. I'm just losing my mind. I'm losing my mind slowly but surely. I don't know what it is. Wait, one more. Independence is a trauma to our mothers from being left with no one. My mom raised me to be independent while I waited. She always spoke marriage over us. Yeah, that's true. Okay, I got a few workers looking for a house in Texas. Okay, Sharon. Arido, thank you. Jay, thank you. That's awesome. Congratulations, Stacy and Trina. Okay, so thank you guys, and we'll see you. Well, I'll see you guys next Wednesday. Have a good night.